what's going on? Catch Your Freeman TV, aka Sam the Third, aka King Freeman. I'll take any of those titles, whatever you call me, as long as you call me. Nah, I'm just playing. But listen, real talk. Happy Juneteenth. And the thing is, though, happy Juneteenth, but Juneteenth needs to be every day for black Africans in America. I don't care if you're London African, Haitian African, Jamaican African, Afro-Latino, ¿qué pasa? ¿Cómo estás usted? Listen, oye, we need to always celebrate our pride. Now, you don't have to go out and do a revolutionary walk or anything like that every day, but you need to understand who you are as a black person, as a Latino person, understanding that we were slaves. We got forced to come to this country. It doesn't matter if you weren't born in Africa. It doesn't matter where you were born. It's what's in your blood. If you know that your ancestors were slaves, you're an African. Doesn't mean you got to go get a kente cloth. It doesn't mean you got to go get some incense and pray to your African ancestors and pray to African gods and goddesses. Doesn't mean you got to go get a dashiki. You know what I mean? But we need to claim our Africanity. Okay? If you grew up in Zimbabwe, your ass would have that accent too. If you grew up in London and you were African, your ass would have that London British accent too. Okay? There are European imperial powers, including America and British and French. So yeah, they colonized Africa. They still are trying to colonize Africa, along with Japanese and Chinese people. No offense to them or anybody that comes from those backgrounds. I'm just simply saying, if you know your history, you know who you are. You know what I mean? So everybody wants to celebrate athletes, entertainers, rappers. Listen, I love trap music too. I like Serena Williams and Michael Jordan too as a professional athlete. But our ancestors are our real heroes. Harriet Tubman, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Huey Freeman, our freedom riders, our Black Panthers, our militant Panthers, and smart, organized, strength freedom riders. That's who our real heroes is. You should aspire to be what your ancestors wanted you to be. You think all a black man can do is run with a ball and dance and produce music? I ain't got nothing against any other race. I love all races. I don't have a problem with y'all. But I'm black first. I'm African first. It's in your DNA. We got people, y'all denying. We can't separate each other no more because we all we got. We should have never been separating each other. African, you're African. If you're black, you're African. You just grew up here. That's all. So your hair is not as nappy because of climatology. So your skin isn't as darker as my brother that grew up in Johannesburg or Botswana or Zimbabwe or Nigeria, Liberia. Okay, you never ate frou-frou before. That doesn't mean you're not African. You just grew up here. Your ancestors, if you know that your great-grandparents came from, they were slaves. So let me get this straight. So you believe, because it sounds silly when you think about it. So you believe, and my shirt says March for Peace. I got Martin Luther King on it. So you believe that you're American, but you're black. You got citizenship here, and you are permanent residents here. But what do you think is in your DNA? Your parents are black. Hell, even if you got a mixed mixed ancestry, it all goes back to Africa. So you're black and you think your people were slaves, but you're not African? They came and got our asses in 1619 on the first slave ship Jesus and brought our asses here. Same thing with the Latinos, because they were African. They just were they looked a little different because of climatology. We were all African. If you claim black, Haiti, Jamaica, those are all nationalities, but the umbrella is African. So I'm getting sick of people saying, oh, you're not African, or you're African, or where are you from? Oh, how do you know you're African? Motherfucker, look at me. Look at yourself. If I dropped you off in Africa, do you think people would not mistake you for being an African? You think they're going to say, oh, they look like Africans, but you look like an African American? You sound crazy. So, again, doesn't mean you can keep your culture. You Haitian, keep the Haitian flag. You Jamaican, keep the Jamaican flag. Speak that patois. Speak your Creole. Speak your Swahili, excuse me. Speak your Spanish. But understand, Dominican Republic, Cuban, and well, we got some white Cubans, all right, so that could be argued. But there are definitely some Cubans that have Afro-Cubano. And then in Puerto Rico, y'all were slaves just like us. Now I know they separated us politically so y'all can get ahead and y'all can get the Hispanic Initiative bill or whatever that Trump just dropped in November 2020. And I get it, you want to get ahead. Nobody wants to claim Africa because number one, they don't want to be associated with that native tongue and that look and this and that. Listen, you claim black, you claim your peoples were slave, your ass is African. It's just that simple. I don't care what you say. Alright? You don't want to claim us? Fine, we ain't got to claim you either. You're not American. Okay? We do a DNA sample on your black ass. Okay, I'm sorry I'm cursing a lot because I'm going to put this on Facebook as well. It's going to come up African. It might be Nigerian. Maybe your ancestors were from Nigeria, Liberia, Botswana, Swatini. I forget, Eswatini, however you want to say it. Johannesburg. It's going to come up. It's going to come up probably 70, 60%, whatever. I go off of science. I go off of majority. I go off of facts. I don't feel like an African. I don't look like an African. I don't sound like an African. I don't talk and walk like an African. That's just based on climatology and culture. Your ass is African. And when you get to heaven, your ancestors is going to tell you the same thing. Okay? It took me a while to wake up. But happy Juneteenth. Understand, we got real freedom riders and real heroes out here that really died in sweat and blood and got shot and stabbed and hosed for our real freedom. Me and even the last couple generations, y'all have no idea how sweet we have it. Yeah, we still got some issues today. Yeah, we still got some racism and bias stuff going on today. But for the most part, compared to what our ancestors had to go through, we got it sweet. Imagine being a slave, making a decision to, either I want to live as a slave or I want to go back in this water and drown me and my baby so we'll never have to be in bondage. You think you can make a decision like that? You know what I mean? Or you could have been one of the badass freedom riders back in the day that killed their slave masters and tried to fight for their freedom, died trying to get free. Queen Mother Harriet Tubman said the closest thing to hell is slavery. She also said she's freed thousands of slaves, but she could have freed 1,000 more, but niggas didn't know they were slaves. She didn't say niggas, but she, that's how I feel today, Queen Mother Harriet. I feel like I try to talk to people and wake them up shake them up, talk to them, make them claim their Africanity, make them understand where they come from, put the Louis bag down, put the weed down, put the Jordans down, put all that bullshit down that's all superficial, your Masonic Lodge, you know, your Kappa hat, your church, all that is superficial. Your religion, all that is chosen, but you are born in your blood. You African. That should come first. And I gotta give props to Dr. Umar for making me realize that, because I had to listen to him. I started listening to Dr. Claude Anderson. I started listening to Farrakhan. They're all this. It's out here. They're trying to tell us something. I ain't got nothing against a white person. I ain't got nothing against somebody that's European or Russian or whatever they claim, or whatever origins they claim. But we need to start understanding that, guess what? Your ass, we need to build a relationship better with Africans. Okay? Because that's where we come from. All of us, not just the ones in America, the ones in London, because they're getting confused over there too. The ones in Haiti, ones in Jamaica. We need to build those relationships with people that look like us, because it started with Africa. It started with Africa. Why do you think Africa is the most glorious continent in the world, but it's got third world poverty-stricken people over there? Because guess what? Some of your white echelon elite people for the last 200-300 years, 400 years has colonized and dreaded of all its resources. That's why Mother Africa is a very strong continent. So, I mean, you know, I'm not trying to make this video too long, but, you know, y'all need to understand that. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I get it. I've been there. I've dated white girls. But then somebody else woke me up. My ancestors started talking to me. They woke my ass up. You know what I mean? No offense to any of my, you know, any white girl I used to talk to or date or whatever. But they woke my ass up. We need to just be on one side. You know what I mean? Because guess what? They don't, maybe, I'm not going to say all white people, but for the most part, all you got to do is look at this country. Where's the last movement you've seen, an all-white movement marching for black people? When have you seen all veterans marching for black people? When have you ever seen all gays march for black people? But guess what? We let them march with us, and we don't get shit at the end of the deal. There was an executive order passed for Asians when they got Asian hate. I'm glad they got it, but where's we've been getting violated for the last 400 years. Can we get an executive order? There's an the gays. I'm jealous of the gays. They got a Supreme Court justice. They got like 3 laws under Obama just for them. When's the last law we got for us? Civil rights? I don't think so. Because just like Dr. Claude Anderson said, I don't know any people named Civil. It's black people. We need rights. Thank you, Claude Anderson, thank you, Dr. Anderson, for waking me up on that. Dr. Umar told me, the Civil Rights Bill included gender and sexual orientation, not exclusive for black people. Yes, we got a little bit more rights. Yeah, we got voting rights. Sure, if that's what you want to call it, because voting's been working for the last 400 years. No, it hasn't been. All right. Now I love all my black people, even the ones that are ignorant. You love Italian, European apparel. You like nice stuff. That's fine too. But we got all this money and we don't own shit. We own only 1% of the wealth in this country, and we built this motherfucker. That's why I'm like, don't y'all see there's something wrong with that? I might lose some people on this, and I don't really care, to be honest. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I know my channel is mostly gaming and movie reviews and stuff like that, but I just need y'all to understand that. Best and believe, you know, I don't usually like to go social media political, but I wanted to drop this on Juneteenth because y'all need to understand that there is a lot we are missing. We're getting hypnotized and propagated against for ever since we've been here. There's people that died for us. When we get our reparations, half of you, not even half, that's me being nice. I'm going to be nice and say 70% of y'all are going to go give it right back to where it came from. Mercedes-Benzes, jewelry, Cartier watches, Birkins bags, Louis Vuitton, Gucci. Gucci said he don't like niggas and we still buy from him anyway. We are literally financing our own oppression and we don't own anything. Yeah, we got some black entrepreneurs here and there, but compared to how many are in this company and how many of us employ each other and spend and circulate the black dollar within our own community, it's a fucking joke. It's a joke. The black dollar doesn't circulate one time, and it hasn't circulated one time since the 90s. Come on, man. We can't even get married. We can't stay married. We can't stay together after the baby comes. No disrespect to any single moms or co-parenting dads out there. All my friends are probably, most of my good friends are probably, baby dads of some of the sort. But I'm just saying, like, our ancestors and stuff like that. I know it's 2021. It's about to be 2022 before you know it. Yes, the old days are gone, but I'm going off of what worked. This shit is not working. Why you think they burnt down Black Wall Street in the 1920s, in the 1900s? You know what I mean? So at least we got more rights to build. We could buy some cities right now. All the black elites that make money in this damn country. You don't want to go back to Africa? Fine. I don't want to go. We don't have to go back to Africa. I would like to stay here as well because most of my family and my loved ones is here. Okay? So I get it. I ain't really interested in repatriation. But we shouldn't forget about the continent. We should be supporting and building relationships with Africa so we can make Africa stronger, and then they can support us over here. Y'all, everybody wanted to be claimed African and all this when Black Panther came out, and then y'all threw that shit to the wayside as soon as another movie come out. You know what I mean? So it's like, but y'all need to we need to always claim that. You know what I mean? Y'all have no idea. The Congo has coltan. That is equivalent to Wakanda having vibranium. The most important things, the reason why we have advanced cars, cell phones, laptops, helicopters, and other technological advances because of the Congo. But guess what? Look it up right now. The richest man in Africa is a white man. Come on, man. Y'all not, that's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. It's not your fault. You've been hypnotized by TV. Our parents have been hypnotized. Some of our grandparents are hypnotized. I got 75-year-old ladies that be saying, "Oh, I'm not African. I'm not African." Really? You 75 years old. You should know better than anybody that we African. You've been on this planet so it's not entirely your fault. You have been taught wrong. I woke up a couple years ago, so I'm not going to act like I got it right the first time either. But we need to teach our kids. But all I'm saying is that, happy Juneteenth. I love all y'all. I love all people, but I really love my black kings and my black queens. And we need to stick together. We got. Especially as black men. We are our own worst enemy. You'll kill me if I come to the wrong hood. You'll kill me over your baby mama. You'll kill me over the dope on the corner I'm selling, even though it's going to a white man or the white government. Because everybody knows anything that if you know anything about drugs is the biggest import in this country. Okay? Drug and music. Look at that. They hypnotize us. Drug and music. We're the only ones that are out here. Why you think there ain't no Jewish men on the corner selling dope? Why you think there ain't no white guys on the corner selling dope? There might be some few here and there, but who's filling up the jail cells? And you think you're gonna be the one out here that'll get on the corner and not die and get shot or get stabbed in the back or get narked on or get snitched on? Half of the gangsters that's out here are, I ain't gonna say half. I read and I know 40% of the niggas that are out here are informants. They set it up this way. Man, all I'm trying to wake you up is to how we spend and how we are being pushed away from our Africanity. And the crazy thing is, the way we spend and the way we live, if we stop spending the way we spent on Korean hair, getting a weave, Italian apparel, the jewelry, the bags, all that stuff, even the Jordans, if we stop spending, we could build infrastructure, institutions, hospitals, banks, get our own logistics, get our own lines, get all this stuff. We can get all that stuff. And then most of those races would be crawling back, trying to understand what happened and what can we do to get y'all money back. And we would have a list of demands for them. But y'all we originate from kings and queens. So I understand why you want to be shiny. I understand why you want to be flashy. It's in our blood. Hell yeah, I like a nice piece of jewelry too. But guess what? I'm not going to break the bank, or when I could be doing so much more with that money. You know what I mean? So I'm out, man. I'm not going to make this video too long. I got some stuff I got to handle. But I love all y'all. Happy Juneteenth. I would like to talk about this. Anybody want to debate me? Anybody want to say, Sam, F you, I like my Louis Vuitton. I like my weave with my Louis Vuitton bag. I like why I can't have both? Well, guess what? We're too busy being consumers, so you don't have both. And it's not your fault, because most of our elite aren't interested in both or giving back to the community. But I would love to have dialogue with anybody that would like to have dialogue, either live or on video. Because y'all need to understand something. We are in last fucking place. I don't care how many rappers you name. I don't care how many athletes you name. I don't care how many little business owners you name. I don't care if you see a few of them on the Forbes magazine or Wall Street. Collectively, 70% of us, even 80% of us, I believe, last time I checked, are living check to fucking check. The average black man in America makes $42,000. Only really a few niggas out here really getting over 70, 80, 100,000. Very few. And ask them, what have they done to give back? Because they got the wealth, they got the money to do it. So I'm a little fed up. It's a bittersweet feeling because I love this day. I love Juneteenth. I support that. But in a week from now, you niggas are going to say, I'm not African, and where's my Louis bag with my weave and my Mercedes? I know it hurts you. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. Why can't we just be real? We spend frivolously. There's only one brother I know that's one of my right-hand men that actually can afford both. He has a good lifestyle and the way he spends, and he likes that flashy shit. That's only one of few. For the rest of y'all, we don't own shit. Let's just keep it real. Jewish community, airtight. Nobody works for the Jewish people. We can't walk into their congregations or their synagogues. We can't go in there and open up business. Lakewood and some parts of even Edison, airtight Jewish communities. Indian communities. There's no African community. We got hoods, but half the buildings are owned by white people. They gentrifying us there. So we don't even own the hoods we live in. So, come on now. So it's just like, I get sick of it. And the day, mark my words, the day I become a millionaire, even if I start making $200,000 a year, best believe they might kill me, but I'm going to try to change something in my own city for black young people so they can have a better black reality. But I'm not going, this video is getting too long. I don't want to have a long video because I got to edit and do what I got to do. But I love y'all. I love to have conversation. Catch your Freeman TV, like, share, subscribe. Maybe I lost some of y'all subscribers. I understand. That's fine. I get it. And I hope to see y'all soon, but I still love all y'all. But we need to wake up. We're in last place, and I'm getting sick of it.